Okay, so now we're looking at router 5. We've got two peers on router 5, C3.1 and C3.2. We're going to be using multipath, which gives us more than one live BGP route towards the same destination. So we've got two units here, 5303 and 5304. We've got two IP addresses, and each of the peers is on one of these particular units. We've got a single BGP group for them. So set BGP group, peer AS, the two neighbors, and multipath. And multipath stops the BGP best path selection algorithm just before step 7, where it's using router ID, and it will actually keep both routes live in the table. So we've got the log up down, of course. Okay, so quick sort of gotcha here is that if you take a look in the forwarding table, run show route, forwarding table, destination, and then put in a destination, you can actually see what the forwarding table is doing for that particular route. We needed to turn on load balancing in the forwarding table as well, because by default we're not load balancing there. We want to load balance per flow, which means we turn on per packet. So set policy options, policy statement, load balance, turn 1, then load balance per packet. We export that on the forwarding table inside the routing options, and it's going to start load balancing at the forwarding table as well as the routing table. Okay, there's also IP version 6 on. Now, in our workbook, we're not running the more modern version with the 4Fs. So to allow these types of packets, we have to set system allow vformat packets, and that's the first thing. And then this is the newer method of v4 packets. The one in the workbook is actually deprecated now. Once you've typed in that set system vformat packets, you can actually put periods or full stops here in between the IP address sections. So it really does turn this on. Need to watch out for that. Anyway, we're putting these IP addresses on, and because we have the v4 mapped address actually on the interfaces on router 5, when we start to carry IP version 6 routes inside IP version 4, and that is the goal here, as we can see here, family INET 6 unicast. When we start to carry those IP6 routes inside a version 4 neighbor relationship, the next hop is set to the v4 map packet. And the reason is that the router just says, well, okay, you want me to carry V6 routes in V4 packets. I wouldn't know what the next hop was. It won't guess. It won't just grab the loop back, which is fully valid on this box. It will take the IP address of the interface and it will V4 map it into a V6 address. Because of that, we have to resolve those. Otherwise, you get unresolved routes. So as a route comes in from C3.1, for example, the remote IP address, which is 192.168.0.10, will be used, FFFF, 192.168.0.10 as the next hop. Because we've typed in these addresses on our interfaces, that first next hop resolves itself. Then, of course, we have to do the main next hop self, as it goes from an external to an internal route. And the only other thing to bear in mind, set routing options, aggregate, defaults, brief. And really worth having that pretty much on all the PEs, it appears. This default route really has got so many components to it that obviously it's going over the hop restriction.